April Fool's is upon us, a holiday that is based on pranks and fooling those around you. One of the go-to themes for these tricks are UFOs and aliens. So in tribute to the Hoaxers on a day that celebrates all things foolish, let's look at two of the most successful fake UFO sightings and stories. Let's get into it. Welcome to IF, videos on the history, mystery and the strange. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video again. Starting out with the recent fake video that went somewhat viral and fooled a good few. Labelled the ultimate fake UFO video, filmmaker Aristomenes Meni Serbas created an elaborate UFO video as an internet prank, but what he had made was way more than a green screened alien craft over a stock video clip. Using the latest software, he built not only the fake alien craft, but also created every other element seen in the video, from the sky to the car the cameraman was filming from. Not trying to fool people for too long, a second video was made in which he showed how to use VFX to create such compelling videos. The making of UFO clip shows how he and his crew of students from the Nolmond School of Visual Effects crafted photorealistic visual effects before completing the clip by dropping in the UFO. This just like that old magician's trick of misdirection. People would be so focused on the ship they wouldn't notice all the other elements. The clever ploy of using lo-fi surroundings and the high-definition alien craft fooled many viewers. They assumed it was a video like so many others. When a hoaxer drops a mothership into a video they have shot on their phones. The video made by the students and their teacher perfectly recreated the look of a video captured on a smart device. Talking about the clever hoax, the video creator said, "The video is 100% CGI through and through. The electric towers seen alongside the road are 3D geometry, and the sky is a 3D dome that has a textured map on it that's a combination of painting, volumetric clouds and photogrammetry. The video being put together using layers of elaborate digital paintings, accurate CG models and a range of other visual effects which make the clip look like real footage. This video was a concept of proof created by Serbas to prove the point that computer-generated imagery can look totally real when applied correctly." He said, "Most people expressed complete surprise when they learned that everyday elements in the clip are completely fake. Others were not so forgiving. Some comments express what I can only describe as schadenfreude from people making sure believers were fully aware that the video is in fact a hoax." You can see more of this amazing CG work in movies like Titanic and Hellboy, in which the UFO video creator has worked. As often happens when content is created that deals with UFOs and aliens, there are those that claim this is a double bluff, a hoax that is part of an elaborate plan by the government to cover up the fact that the video is actually real. With this in mind, how about before the days of computer-driven CGI? Were there hoaxes that worked in fooling the masses, making them believe extraterrestrials had landed? One story that shows indeed there were is the Great Saucer Invasion of the UK, a day that saw 6 alien spaceships landing in England. On a chilly morning in southern England, people discovered large metal domes which emitted a strange, ominous hum. Members of the public, police and army were concerned that this was the beginnings of an invasion of alien species. This was until a group of students revealed it to be nothing more than a hoax. But why was this con so successful? The extraterrestrial vessels created a quick police and military response, says Ray Seeger, who witnessed the goings-on, seeing one of the 6 saucers that were found on the Isle of Sheppey on the 4th of September 1967. He said, "We all came running over and there it was. There were no two ways about it. It was there. It was the old flying saucer shape. It was a silver big dome with the thin ring going around the outside. Yes, it was a flying saucer." He tells of how the police quickly arrived and continues saying, "They started coming up the hill, and as they started getting close, they started gesturing to us, all the kids, to move away, and they were frightened, I think. just as much as we were. The media then got a hold of the story and ran with the alien invasion theme. They began to request information, first from the police and then from the Royal Air Force, the RAF, who had a base near the location. The RAF sent a helicopter to lift and remove the UFO. When it was lifted, it let out a hissing sound and strange liquid dripped to the ground as it began to bleed, this convincing many that this was a real ship of some kind. Just who made such a real looking prop? A group of apprentices at Farnborough's Royal Aircraft Establishment, RAE, created this hoax. Being fans of all things sci-fi, they set out to create a design that would not be recognizable to people. They began their design and build, creating a ship that had no giveaway features, no portholes or aerials, nor anything that might be seen on a man-made vehicle such as a plane or a boat. The build started with the construction of metal-coated fiberglass saucers created using plaster molds, giving them two halves, which they then sandwiched together, but not before they added electronic sound creating equipment inside. When you turned the saucers upside down, it flicked a switch and started a battery. Mr. Southall, a student who helped with the build, said, "We were putting them out in secret in the middle of the night in the early hours, and we didn't want them to make a noise until then. Only when we left, we turned them upside down and the noises started, and then we got away quick." The alien ship was filled with a mix of flour and water. This fermented inside and turned into a foul-smelling slime. This is what was dripping to the ground when the helicopter lifted it. Witnesses, thinking this was some strange alien substance, not the beginnings of a cake. "We wanted to make something that looked really alien," he said. Once they had the perfect design, they built 6 ships and placed them in 6 locations, forming a straight line from east to west: Queensborough on the Isle of Sheppey, Bromley in South London, Ascot, the village of Welford near Newbury in Berkshire, and Chippenham in Wiltshire, and Clevedon in Somerset. After secretly placing these prank craft, the engineering students rushed back to their dorms and awaited the finding of their creations. Mr. Southall remembers that this all took place in the era of Sputnik and space exploration, and says the whole point of the hoax was for it to be taken seriously. "We thought the government should have some sort of plan if aliens did land," he said, "so we gave them a chance to try out whatever plan they had, but they didn't have one." He and his friends were shocked when army responders blew one saucer up and dropped another. David Clark, media law expert at Sheffield Hallam University and consultant and curator for the National Archives UFO project, believes the response to the hoax was flawed. One of the saucers, when they actually drilled into it, because it was full of compacted, sort of paper-mache mess, actually exploded and showered the police officers with this stuff. If it had been some kind of radiation hazard, how would they have dealt with that? It would have been a disaster area. And what did they do next? They just washed it down the drains. Dr. Clark and Mr. Southall also said that 1967 was a time when the public imagination was gripped by UFO fever, the Ministry of Defense receiving nearly daily reports of sightings. But despite this, the apprentices did not think the media response would be as big as it was. The story even gained international coverage. "It was more than we had hoped for," Mr. Southall said. "What UFO hoaxes do you know of? Which have tricked you? And do you think that these sort of pranks are helpful? Let me know in the comments below." I hope you have a fun April Fools. So many of us need a good laugh and joke to lift the gloomy mood that so many are feeling while in isolation and practicing social distancing. If you are feeling down, jump online, drop me a message on social media. I'm more than happy to chat. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Thanks for watching. And if you would like to see more, hit that red button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. I'll see you next time.